Hello, everybody. I'm Luke, the strip club DJ, and welcome to episode 2 of one+two+review. This is a brand new podcast where me and my buddies Alex and Brandon explore and rate new movies. Our rating system is one of the simplest out there. If we didn't like the movie, we give it a 1. If we did, we give it a 2. We rate movies until we get to 20 points, and then we call it a day. That's about it. All right, let's kick the intro. 1, 2. So satisfying. Hey, boys.
Hello.
Hi.
Brandon, how are you in New York?
Oh, that's great, man. I'm actually wearing shorts, so that's rare.
That's cool. Indoors?
Indoors, yeah.
Cool.
Indoor shorts. Luke, Alex, how are you boys?
We're good. We're good, I think. Oh, I guess I can't speak for Luke. I'm good.
It's great. Kicked off the morning with little Portland weather, and the clouds have parted or whatever, and it's great. There is this weird guy kind of wandering around our neighborhood. I don't know what he's doing, but I've never seen him before. I'm kind of distracted a little bit, keeping an eye on this guy.
It's pretty good. Yeah,
He's in the neighborhood?
He's just wandering around. He's been like in and out. We've seen him a couple times going down the street. He's like, yeah,
kind of like an Eddie Vedder type guy wearing long sleeve, like a CSU shirt. He's got a big ponytail. And like Teva sandals and cargo shorts.
Very descriptive.
It's always interesting. Always interesting.
We've got a lot of stuff to review this week, though, so let's not get too carried away by strangers in our neighborhood.
All right, whatever you want. You're the king.
We're all kings in this castle, boys.
All right. Well, shall we get to it?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's get to it.
Cool. This was a Luke find. So we are all subscribers to a thing called Indie Flix, and it's a bunch of things. It's like a streaming service. It's like a Netflix for indie films, but it's a streaming service. They also have a DVD kind of drop-offy thing, and they sometimes do live events that we get invited to because we're members. So this was a Luke find or a Luke pick. This is a movie called Boulder Stronger. It's a climbing movie set in Colorado.
Yeah, it's about just like a group of climbers, and they just live the climbing lifestyle, and something terrible happens on the rock one day.
Yeah, it's kind of like the movie The Beach, that Leonardo DiCaprio movie from many, many years ago. For me,
yeah, but
anyway.
It takes place in Colorado and on a singular rock in the desert, which is fascinating.
Yeah, because normally it's this group of it's like a commune of climbers that live together in Colorado, and a bunch of them are like stoners and they're hippies and stuff. And then they go on this trip to this one giant boulder. One of them falls and gets stuck in a little like crevice.
Yeah, he gets stuck in the crevice, and there's this whole tension. All these people are debating. The main character, Derek, he's sort of the leader, and he's trying to spearhead the rescue effort. There's a big, like alpha male fight between Derek and Brad, who's like this. He's like the bad boy, and he's like, "Fuck it, leave him. Well, he's done for." And the guy that falls in, he's in pretty rough shape.
Well, he wants to kill him. He's like, "We should just kill him."
Yeah, he kept repeating that he wanted to take him out of his misery.
Yeah. But the movie is mostly these two bros fighting about this dude's life. It was a lot of that. I'd say a good, 30, 40 minutes was just those two guys yelling at each other.
Yeah, yelling at each other about whether or not they should move on. They only had about another 100 feet to go. Granted, it was the most treacherous 100 feet of this rock. But at this point, they either stay behind, help the fallen, or press on and succeed in their goal.
That's all. I just don't have much more to say about this thing.
Yeah, it was stupid because they had a tank full of gas the whole time, and nobody ever addressed that. They could have just gone and gotten help.
Well, yeah, I mean, the stakes were like if they left, they just wouldn't finish their climb. It was like ending a day of fishing because your friend is really hurt. Like, you should probably just do it.
Yeah, I mean, I've gone bouldering a few times, and I can definitely tell you there is a sense of achievement and accomplishment once you reach the peak. So I can definitely see getting halfway there. It's called getting blue bouldered. You get halfway there, you don't reach the top. whether or not your friend is in the crevice,
They're adrenaline junkies.
you got to make your time worth it. Yeah.
Essentially, they're drug addicts to this adrenaline, and
Well,
that
and you see that because that guy loses his shit, and I forget the guy's name, and he kills the kid, and then those two get in a fight, and he pushes him off the rock, and basically everyone dies except for the one guy, the main guy climbs to the top, right?
But he made it to the top, and I think that's all that matters sometimes.
yeah, it was an exploration of some pretty fucked up people, but it was a fun watch. I have to say, it was fun. It was over the top drama and over the top characters.
The first part was the first half hour was like a nice, fun stoner kind of comedy, and then it got pretty serious. I give it a 1. I give it a 1.
Really? Oh. Not quite worth your time there, Alex?
Not quite worth my time. I don't like guys yelling at each other.
2 for me. I enjoyed the tension and the drama, and just thought it was wild.
Well, not surprising that you give it a 2, being that it was your pick, Luke. And Alex, I'm a little disappointed in you for giving it a 1, simply because I thought it was beautiful. The Colorado setting, I don't know if you've ever experienced it, but in the right light, it's quite incredible.
And they had the right light, for sure.
So I'm going to give it a 2 for the beautiful cinematography.
That's true. It was pretty to look at.
That's a 2, and a 1. That's a 5. That's a 5.
All right, let me put that up on the big boy board.
5 points.
Nice.
Yep. Dry erase this time, Luke. That Sharpie is still on there from last time.
I'm using Google Docs today. Tech.
High tech, big boy board.
Yeah. All right.
Today's 1-2 review is brought to you by UncleFinder.org. We here at 1-2 Review know how hard it is to lose an uncle. Never let that happen again. Uncle Finder and their new uncle chipping technology ensure that 99.97% of all chipped uncles never go lost. Just ask Uncle Chip. More info at UncleFinder.org.
We're going to move on to our next pick. This one.
Yeah, Alex, you saw this one, right? French Ties?
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, we all saw it, but I saw it first. Yeah, this was my pick, the one that I found first, and I watched it. So this is called French Ties, and it was it's okay, cool. So this is some Oscar stuff for sure. This is about a young French boy, a little, what are they called? What's a boy in France called? Either way, a little French boy.
J'aime Albert.
J'aime Albert.
J'aime Albert.
And he's pen pals with a man in America who works in a mine, like a miner in America, and they're friends, for 2-3 years or something. And then the man
even though their friendship only consists of
just
pen pals.
Yeah, pen and paper, but they're friends for a while. And it's through like a French program, like a French school program connected them. Anyway, so they're pen pals for a bit. And it's super good for the guy. You can tell that it's really healthy for the guy. It's healthy for the kid. It's nice for these two different cultures to connect. But the guy is convicted or arrested and then tried and convicted of murder. And then the French boy comes over to America, and it's a whole thing. But yeah, I don't know. Any thoughts from you guys?
Well,
yeah, French Ties was pretty shocking. I wasn't expect to like the film as much as I did.
I loved it. I loved this movie.
I loved it as well. It was quiet, subtle, yet profoundly moving.
Yeah. So it starts with like, yeah, this pen pal program, and like their first letter. I like that. Like, so the boy writes the first letter, and it's half in French and half not, but in the letter there's a kind of French lesson on how to pronounce the stuff. It's just a really sweet letter. Like
it's really sweet, and what's also really sweet is the boy's curiosity in mining, which first draws him to become friends with the miner.
They have this list of like potential people they can write to. And I missed how the guy got on the list. I didn't see how the guy got on there, or like I didn't catch in the movie how any of the Americans were on the list.
Yeah, it was strange. There are certain scenes where it appears he's actually writing to multiple boys all over the world, but it never really clarified if it was just specifically.
Yeah, we got like from the French side how the program worked, but not from the... Anyway, it doesn't matter. Point is, it's cool when the guy first gets that first letter from the kid. He's drunk, he's coming home from like a bender or whatever, and he finds this big pink letter in the mailbox, and he opens it, and like, yeah, I don't know, just really sweet stuff, like good acting stuff.
Yeah. Well, you guys aren't even talking about the big story behind this movie. Of course, it's Oscar material. I think it's an easy play, as production goes. If you're just pulling on heartstrings, you get some hipster artsy, costumes and set. But we're not talking about the sex scandal that happened on set, the director taking advantage of the extras.
We definitely didn't mention the elephant in the room here, which has been all over the internet recently, all over the message boards. I'm assuming that's what you're referring to, Luke.
Yeah. So the director, this new up and coming guy, Mark Valdez, he hand selects these gorgeous, hot, young 20-something girls, and he basically promises them all this, launching their career, and he bangs them in his trailer.
I don't know. I mean, yeah, it's a whole issue of like.
Yeah, he's definitely
these
sleazy.
these women are of age, men and women actually, right? It was men too, but they're all of age, and it's questionable. But at the same time, they're all consenting adults, and like, I don't know, man. The film is good, and the extras in it are good, and
Gossip's gossip, and gossip sells tickets. So I think that's also what's really important.
But he was peeing on them. He peed on all of his extras.
I know, but again, it's like if it's all consensual or whatever.
Yeah, I know, but
It's gross for sure to be peeing on someone in a trailer.
Well, these girls, a couple of them came out. They said they didn't want to be peed on. So.
Oh, I didn't know anything about that. I thought everything was consensual.
No.
It seemed like.
Well, here's the thing. What you're saying is, if that's what it takes to put out a good piece of art, like pissing on a few extras.
I'm not saying that's what it takes.
Yeah. Okay. So that's what I'm saying is, where's the line?
For me, it was consent. That's the line.
that is the actual line right there. Whether or not you agree or you don't agree to being pissed on. That's the line.
So if they didn't want to, he crossed the line. But I don't know.
I will agree with you on that one.
Either way, when the stuff first came out, I thought it was the little boy in the film that he was sleeping with or whatever. I was really worried about that. But the fact that it was like these older men and women extras is like, I don't know. Whatever.
This takes place in Hollywood, is that right?
Yeah. The minor is in Hollywood.
You guys are in LA, which is close to Hollywood.
We're in Beverly Hills, baby.
Beverly Hills, baby.
Yes, sir.
Have you guys consented to being peed on out there? Is that like a pretty common thing?
I've never been peed on.
That is a cool thing out here. Is just like sexual taboo is a lot. People are just a lot more open with it. So it's like right out of the gate is dating this girl, and she's, hey, look, this isn't gonna fly if you don't want to pee on me. And so I peed on her a little bit.
Yeah, consent goes both ways though.
Yeah, I told her I did not want to be peed on, but in the heat of the moment, she peed on me a little bit. It's fine.
It's fine.
So maybe these ladies and men feel the same. Anyway, all right.
Just a little LAPP story.
Yeah, enough about this PP. Let's rate this movie. Anything else to say about it? Anything else to say about French Ties?
French Ties. No, I hope it wins some Oscars. I have a feeling it will, despite the controversy.
Yeah.
Yeah, immaculate and safe.
All right. Well, I give it a 2. I loved it. I loved the end so much. But yeah,
I'm going to give it a 2 as well, Alex. That's a big 4 from us. Luke,
2.
What can you add to us?
2. Like I said, it was great, but nothing groundbreaking here.
Good.
French Ties. Definitely worth your time.
So that's a 6 for French Ties.
6 points.
Update the Google Docs and refresh it, and then send me a link twice. Once on Slack, once on AOL Instant Messenger. And
drop it.
Skype me the Morse code for it, please.
I'm not going to do any of that.
Thanks. All right. Well, when we return from our sponsor break, we're going to be talking about our next film. Omniboss.org. Who will sign your paycheck when your boss leaves? We here at Omniboss take filling your upper management positions seriously. Our for-hire bosses come highly trained in many varieties, CPR certified, Xerox certification level 3, and Excel. You're hired with Omniboss.org. All right. Also this week, we're going to be talking about the new film from Jarnis Mohavin, a pickle jar full of pennies, which is a pretty riveting tale of the homeless family, the Rankles, as they start a roadside pickle business that takes off and eventually becomes an empire. We all got a chance to see this film. Is that right?
Yes, I did see it.
All right. Well, I was excited to see a pickle jar full of pennies after Alex once again called me in the middle of the night to tell me how great this film was.
Yeah, I
I
guess I
immediately
loved
rushed
it.
out. Yeah, I immediately rushed out the next morning and picked this DVD up, which was a little harder to find than I was expecting. Um, but Pickle Jar Full of Pennies, quite the film. Alex, can you tell us why you were so excited about?
All right, Pickle Jar Full of Pennies is a movie. It's an animated film about a homeless family called the Rankles that start a roadside pickle business that kind of takes off and becomes an empire, so to speak. Yeah, that's about it. The Rankle family is a father, a mother, and two little girls, and they have a little farm, a little tiny little cucumber farm, and they start turning them into pickles and selling them on the side of the street.
Right, now you're leaving out a few important details. I mean, one of the main reasons this movie is animated in CGI is because the family themselves are pickles.
Yes, yeah, yep, yep. It's about a family of pickles that start selling pickles. That's a little weird.
No, wait. I was unclear on that. Were they pickled or were they just cucumbers?
Ooh, that's a good point. I think they were pickles.
I think they were pickles, yeah.
What?
But they are, yeah, they're dry. Does pickle have to be wet?
No, pickle doesn't have to be wet. It is moister than just a regular cucumber for sure.
Yeah,
I think they were
Grandpa Rankle was pretty dry.
He was,
Yep, he
rank-
was super dry.
was
He's
a-
all dusty.
Yep, dusty and wrinkled, rankle.
The CGI was great, though. I might add. Never took me out of the film once. Super believable pickles, photorealism CGI, which was incredible.
Some of the best CGI I've ever seen, really. By the end of the film, Pickle People was not weird. It made sense.
Which says a lot. Now, we've heard this story 100 times. You start a small business and it becomes insanely successful, and you don't know what to do with all your power once you've accumulated such an empire. The film takes a few dark turns towards the end.
Well, because they make, of course, what you do with that money is you make a pickle amusement park, right? So of course they do that, and then stuff stuff gets corrupt, right? The dad gets a little corrupt by all that pickle money.
Exactly. Where once he was simply trying to get enough money to save Grandpa Rankle, once he accumulated that, he kept going and lived out his childhood fantasy of building said pickle amusement park, where things unfortunately weren't up to safety standards, and we lost a
Shoddy.
few lives.
Yeah.
And we lose one of the daughters. We lose Vanessa Rankle, the younger of the Pickle daughters. She is decapitated by the roller coaster at the Pickle amusement park.
This of course sends our star of the film, Edward Rankle, in a downward spiral. He starts questioning his life and choices he made and what brought him to this point.
Until he finds the Cabbage God, who is played or voiced by Chris Helmsworth. And the Cabbage God comes down and kind of teaches him. It's a little bit like It's a Wonderful Life or A Christmas Carol. Teaches him kind of some lessons. Reminds him about his daughter's decapitation.
Yeah, set in the amusement park, which is a nice touch. They start riding the amusement rides, and then they reenact scenes of his life and other choices he could have made.
And then he kind of figures it out. He realizes he's been super shitty to Kathy Rankle, Mrs. Pickle, so to speak. Fixes that relationship, and then it's kind of happy ending with the three remaining Rankles. Because Grandpa passes away in the middle of the film during the dad's bender.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the guy who wrote this is, you guys don't know this. He's in an insane asylum now.
Really?
Yeah, he lost
What
his
happened?
mind writing this movie.
Kind of makes sense, I guess.
Kind of makes sense. Yeah. There was a shift turn towards the end there of that film.
Yeah. So right now he's there. He's nuts. He's like a biter. He bites people, and so that's why they had to lock him up. So he just sits in a cell and writes pickle movies. He's written like 4,000.
Oh, wow. So we should expect some sequels.
I hope not. I don't know. This was just too weird. Why? It seemed like it was supposed to be. It should have been a kids movie, but
It was very much not a kid's movie.
yeah, Pickle, Rankle. It's all funny stuff. and
Until somebody loses their head on a roller coaster.
and they're addressing like serious, like corruption and
And like the drunken abuse when he's like hitting the wife. Yeah,
It's a little much, yeah.
yeah,
much.
and it's a, I don't know.
I liked it though. It was weird. I really liked it. I give it 2. I'm gonna give it a big
2
old
from
2, guys.
Alex.
Yeah.
Luke, what are your thoughts?
It's unfortunate that this guy. It's, I don't know. I give it a 2, like just face value for the movie being a movie, but the fact that it's tied to this crazy biter guy, and it's just, I don't know.
Has he
It's
hurt
just so
anyone? Like
strange.
actually, how bad like is his bitey?
He bit his sister and bit her finger off, and that was like the final
Oh god.
straw that put him in the insane asylum, because she was like, no, he's okay, he's just he's crazy, but
Well, I wonder just about the fact that they're pickles and they're like selling pickles to be eaten and stuff. Like that's a little bit cannibalistic. I don't know.
Yeah.
I just wonder if
Oh.
biters in there somewhere.
definitely, yeah. There's, I don't know. It's,
People are just meat to a biter.
yeah. He didn't actually eat her finger. He just bit it off and spit it out.
Oh, okay. All right.
Do you know that for a fact?
Yeah. They said that in the news story. She's okay. They sewed the finger back on, and she's okay. But that was the end of him, being a part of regular society. So I don't know. Just
Great.
crazy. Yeah. 2.
Well, I'll go ahead and I'll give it a 2 as well.
6. Oh my
See,
gosh.
yeah, it was great.
Everyone check
The
out
movie
Pickle
was
Jar
great.
Full of Pennies.
6 points.
I guess so. That's our highest rated film so far this year.
I think so. That's the best film we've had. All right. That's great. 6 points on the B. The big boy board.
Speaking of psychopaths and insane asylum, any updates on that guy running around your neighborhood? What's up with that?
He was just here a minute ago. But
You guys lost sight of him?
I mean, we only have, our 2 windows, so we can only see so much.
I'm pretty sure I just saw him drive his car around and park around the corner. So I haven't.
What type of car is it?
Wait,
Is
no,
it
here
like
he's coming. He's coming. He's coming down. He's got like looks
I
like a
don't see him
rake.
yet. Luke has a different window. Oh,
He's got
yeah,
a
there he
rake
is.
in his hand, and he looks kind of
He's
crazy.
looking up into a tree.
Is he like a gardener?
No, he's like a
He's like a hippy
he's
dippy guy.
He's like a grunge guy.
Yeah.
And he's looking up the tree and he's holding a rake, like a leaf rake.
Huh. Okay, there's a
Okay.
squirrel up there that he's trying to get at.
He's talking to it, I think.
Okay,
Or yelling
he's
at it?
getting mad at this squirrel. He's like poking. He's trying
He's
to.
trying to reach into the tree with the.
Yeah, everybody knows the squirrel is just gonna win that because they're so much faster.
He can't even get it to it. I don't know.
Okay, he's just doing. That's what he's doing right now.
He's just yelling at a squirrel. Anyway, all right.
Keep an eye on him.
We
Right.
have a very watchful neighborhood. I know in like New York, people don't value each other in their neighborhood. They just stare at the sidewalk. But here we talk to each other and keep an eye on shit. So
Yeah, that's true. I've heard that.
yep.
Yep.
All right.
All right, should we talk about the next movie? We had some good ones. Last week we had some couple downers. Yeah, a couple stinkers. And
Yeah, we did see a lot of good movies this week. It was a busy week. I know we watched a lot of movies, but this was one that I know I was eager to see after Luke recommended it, and then as soon as I saw it, then I of course told Alex about it, and then Alex, funnily enough, told Luke, and Luke was like, "Yeah, I know, I already saw it. It's great." I told Brandon, and he told me that story. Then I told that to Alex, and we all had a big laugh. And I think it kept going after that, but
yeah, we kept telling each other stuff
it was pretty funny.
Over
As we
and over.
continue to do,
Yeah.
we keep talking
in a
to each other.
conversational manner.
A Bee Never Stings Twice. This was a foreign film, subtitled.
Australian
about-
flick with
Yes.
subtitles because they've got super thick accents. Crazy
Exactly.
thick
Very hard to
Australian.
understand. I'm really thankful for the subtitles.
This takes place in a little Australian town, like way in the south, that I'd never even heard of. Was it Duldaney?
Duldaney,
or something?
Australia,
Duldaney,
yeah.
Australia.
This is a story of two bee farmers that get together in the wilds of Australia to harvest the first bees and bring bees back to that area of Australia. In the process of doing so, these two fall in love.
Because this is, I guess that town is where colony collapse disorder in real life. That is where colony collapse disorder is like traced to starting or whatever. And
Right.
so this is like they're scientific. I mean, they're not just like farmers. They're a little more scientific than that. They're kind of apiarists or whatever, bee people that are
Beekeepers.
trying to bring the bees back to this region because they figure if they can bring it back there, maybe I don't know, they can fix the whole thing.
Well, you guys might not know this about me, but I'm a bee expert as well. And Australia has a like pretty incredible range of bees. They have over 1,500 species, and they actually have 10 species that don't sting. That's all.
What do those bees do that don't sting?
Oh, they do bee life stuff.
They just annoy.
Yeah.
They just annoy people. They don't sting you. They just like,
They're
Well, I mean,
pacifists.
stinging's not the main part of what a bee does.
I think so.
Not the defining characteristic.
No, Brandon, you're thinking about wasps. Wasps are the asshole bug
Gotcha.
of the stinging flying bee.
I guess so.
wasp.
Yeah, the bee is just a bonus. Like when you corner him, he'll shoot you. But
Yeah, yeah. Bees protect their hive. That's what they do with their stinger.
They also make honey, which is another big part of this film.
yep.
Once
And there's a sex scene that involves quite a bit of honey.
quite a bit of honey.
A bit of honey. And it's
Quite a
Australian,
sticky
so
mess.
it's kind of hardcore.
Oh,
It's a
yeah.
little hardcore.
He-
like more sexual than I am used to as an American.
Yeah,
A lot of bush.
a lot of bush.
bush.
And it's funny how she's like, they have all these different custom special honeys, and she's like, grab the regular one. And he's like, no, get that very rare.
Oh, they get the antique. Yeah, the
rare
antique.
antique honey, and because this is going down for
From
real.
before the collapse.
And
Yeah,
then
they used the antique honey before the bee collapsed there.
Yeah, she pours it on her chest, and it's just too gross. Like, why are they showing us this?
It just looks so sticky. It looked like so sticky.
Like,
But
Looks
they
kinda
liked
fun.
it. They were into the sticky. Yeah, she's even like, it's so sticky. It's so sticky. Yeah, it's pretty good. I liked it. It was hot though. It was hot. I gotta say, sticky but hot.
Hot in multiple senses of the word. It is in Africa. It did take place outside, and then they were rolling around in the dirt, covered in honey. It was extremely.
no, it was in
messy.
Australia,
Yeah. He meant Australia,
What did I say?
Africa.
Africa.
Africa, Australia.
Not the same, but you get a pass.
Brandon's a good geography denier.
Nope.
Nah, there's just one thing over there.
Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah, it was hot. I mean, Australia's hot too, though. So I can see the confusion there.
That's it. It looks. It's just not here. It's just not New York. Anything that's not in New York.
Yeah.
Granted.
Yeah. You know, and that's
It's not New York.
And to be fair, that's an LA thing too. Like, if it's not West Coast, just shut up and stop talking to me about it. Like, I don't want to hear about Ohio. Go away.
Oh shit! The squirrel came down. The guy's chasing the squirrel on the ground now.
Oh my God, what's going on? He's on the ground?
Yeah, he
He's
dropped the
just
rake and
chasing
now he's like,
it. He's crawling around. Oh, it looks like the squirrel went into the base of the tree, and now the guy is on all fours,
he's
putting
screaming.
his head
Yeah,
into a hole in the tree.
it looks like he kind of just gave up with his head in this tree. Insane.
You should yell something out the window.
I don't
Offer
want to.
some moral support.
No, I'm not interacting with that.
No,
To the
then
squirrel, not to the guy.
he might come over here, and I don't want that.
What's the worst that's going to happen? He's going to
Okay,
chase you with a
you know
rake.
what? Mike, our neighbor, is this cool volleyball coach guy. It looks like he's calling the cops. He's on the phone, so we'll see.
Why is he calling the cops?
Yeah,
on a
there's
guy
no need
who's
to call the
chasing-
cops.
Yeah, it seems outrageous. He's probably just talking to somebody on the phone.
No, he's very
He
serious.
does have a look of seriousness.
He's-
I don't know. Maybe this guy's been doing stuff to him. I have no idea.
He regulates this neighborhood basically, and so whatever he's doing, he's got a reason for it.
Oh, they're interacting now. This guy noticed. They're talking.
All right, well,
Yeah.
keep me updated. Let's not get too distracted.
But
What?
they're yelling at each other, Brandon. It's so interesting. All right. Anyway. All right. Cool.
Can you hear what they're saying?
No.
No, he's telling him that he's calling the cops, and he better get out of there.
All right. Looks like the guy's leaving.
Oh.
Yeah, guy's leaving. Huh.
He's leaving, but he's not getting in his car. He's just walked past his car, so.
He's just walking away. Huh. All right. More movies?
We need to give our scores for A Bee Never Stings Twice.
Oh, yes. A Bee Never Stings Twice.
I really liked A Bee
Give
Never
it
Stings
one.
Twice.
Too sticky.
What? Luke, what do you think?
I don't know. It was kind of whatever. 1. Take it or leave it.
All right.
I'll give it a 2. I think I found a new fetish I'm going to be bringing up.
So that's a...
Wait, are you going to try
That's a
out
4.
honey sex?
If I can find the right antique honey, I will definitely be trying out honey sex.
Okay. It's expensive, man. But I mean, that's where you want to start is like opulence and luxury honey.
Just get that local honey.
Get that I don't know, man.
I hear local honey sex is good for like allergies and stuff.
Okay, so that was a 4. That was a 4. Put that on the big board.
4 points.
All right, we got a problem. Well, I don't know what's happening here because we're at 21 points.
Already.
Yeah.
Then we're done.
Then we're done. That's great. That's surprising. Or is that right?
Yeah, 5
that's it.
and
We're
2
done.
6s and
take a poop.
4. We're at 21.
That was easy. Easy day in the old review mine shafts.
Let's hear a word from our sponsor.
Let's hear
All right.
a word from our sponsor.
Baseball. This week's 1-2 review is brought to you by Baseball.
All right.
All right.
Used to play it with my dad. Back to nostalgias. All right. Cool. That's it. Thanks.
And you're welcome, Alex. Thanks again to everyone for listening to another episode of 1-2 Review. Be sure to check out episode 3, where we review Police Machine, Pickle, 1,000 Orbs, and an animated dough movie that your kids might hate. Once again, this is Luke, the strip club DJ, on behalf of Alex and Brandon, the party provider, saying have a great week, and it's okay to peak. We'll see you later.